Testing, testing. All right. Just want to make sure my headphones are working. Good morning, everybody. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. Happy Friday. It is November 17th, 2023. I'm your host here on Gar Capital's YouTube channel, Carlos Garcia. I'm the founder and CEO of Gar Capital. Glad to have you on board this morning and every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the YouTube channel. Let's go ahead. Around the horn, happy Opex Day. Today is triple witching, options and futures expiries day. Doesn't mean a certain direction. It just means usually higher volume. That's all. Dow futures up 112 points. Energy is starting to bid up as crude oil actually hit a bear market. Remember we talked about that yesterday? My target was 75. We got to 72.60 or 72.37. Yeah, I left some meat on the table, unfortunately. But as you know, if you've been with us for a while, you know the market loves to do reversals on us, especially when we're profitable. So obviously you got to take the money when it's there. No need to double down. Just kind of take it and run, kind of like an ATM machine. NASDAQ futures are red. Yes, I am still short NASDAQ futures. I think we get a rotation today. Rotation into maybe small caps. Small caps are up nearly 1%, 1796 on the Russell. The S&P is slightly up, 45.33, up 0.22%, testing those highs of 45.41, but yet the NASDAQ is still about 50 points from their recent highs as well. Treasury yields continuing to fall, 4.432. I still have TLT calls. They are in the money, but let's see if we can get that push into bonds. Excuse me, gasoline futures. Good morning, Lucky. $2.11. Gold futures, I'm still long gold. 1988. We hit as high, I think it was right around overnight, 1996, about four points, $4 away from the 2000 mark that I was looking for as my alert. So we pulled back a little bit, but I still like the move. We'll chart this real quick. Let's take a look at gold. Futures traders know what it is. Let's go to the daily. Again, as long as we stay above that 20-day, that's really all we want. Got the break here. We just need to get above 2000 so we can target 2017, which is the recent highs, right around 2024, actually. But that's what I'm looking for. Again, just stay above the 20, which is right around 1981. So there we go. Let's take a look at crude oil. Crude oil this morning. Let's see it. Yep, pretty ugly, obviously, as you can see. Let's do that. So CVX yesterday, Chevron hit 52-week lows, broke that key level of support. Again, we've broken that many times. We got a little more to go if we could stay below 75. 75 should be resistance moving forward. Again, let's see if we break above it. If we do, then we could play it long again. But as long as we stay below 75, maybe if we break below the recent lows, we can go ahead and short it again all the way down to 68. It does definitely look like we have continuation of the downside, but you need to keep 75 as your resistance. So I'm not in a rush to jump into that, especially for the weekend. I already got some futures risk on the board. So, but again, it's something to look at. Gold, again, I still like. Let's take a look at NASDAQ rather quickly. Again, I had to move the stop on this one just to give us a little breathing room, just a little breathing room. And again, I'm not saying that we're going to melt down tomorrow or melt down for the rest of the year. No, just slight double top. You know, give me a little retest here around 15.5. I like when the market falls and I'm short. Obviously, I have a bias, but we'll see. I mean, if we break out, we break out. I mean, worst case, we go to the moon and we're going to have to play it. And that's what we're looking for. So again, just a little bit of easy, a little bit of a pullback is all we want. Got a question here from Ryan about Caterpillar. Let's see it. Caterpillar, I have a level above 253.06. Hasn't broken yet, obviously. So I'm waiting for that break. Once we do, I would target the 50-day, which is right around 260. So we ain't there yet. Not there yet, but I like Caterpillar. Absolutely. I think we talked about that yesterday as well. Let me go and bring up gold. So there was a commodities. One more chart I want to show you guys before we finish around the horn. I have to go over the rest of the market overnight. Dollar yen. Very, very important. Very similar to what we're talking about the NASDAQ. Double top maybe, right below the 50. Dollar yen traders, keep an eye. Looks like we're going to want to short this bad boy as the dollar continues to fall. Let's see if we can break below the recent lows of around 149.16. If we break that, we got a big air pocket here, guys. We could play this all the way down to that 100-day moving average around 146.48. 300 pips sounds pretty good if we can swing it. Again, let's break 149.16. Possible double top. Again, another one here, 1-2. Again, rejection. We'll see if we can catch that on dollar yen. So again, Forex traders, keep an eye on that. I have my alert at 149.16, so we can go ahead and trade that. Silver futures are up this morning marginally, 23.95. Copper, $3.71, up 0.41%. Euro dollar's up 25 pips, 108.79. Dollar yen, like we just talked about, 149.60. That's down 114 pips. We're going to watch that very carefully. 137.23, down 31 pips for the dollar Canadian dollar. Thank you. Energy and oil, 124.27, up 15 pips for the pound dollar. Bitcoin futures continue to move a little higher, up 1.23%, 36,045. 1962 on Ethereum, that's flat. The VIX below 14. Not the best. Let's go and take a look at the dollar real quick. And again, regarding the VIX, it's really just the cost of insurance. Again, I think we're going to start getting to around the 12 area, maybe the 11 area, because I do expect a December rally, Santa rally. I know. But I know Carlos is always bullish until he's bearish, right? Let's take a look at the dollar. And again, this is going to help our backdrop here. Lower rates, lower dollar. We talked about that all year in our thesis. Finally, it's working out. Well, it worked out in July and it worked out in May. But that's trading for you. 104.08. We're looking to get to 102. If we can get to 102 on the dollar, yes, stocks will go higher. So we're right now at the 100-day moving average. We need that to pull back a little bit, help our gold position bounce a little bit, help stocks. Not NASDAQ right now, obviously, but stocks in the future for December. As you know, guys, next week is Thanksgiving holiday. Thursday, the market is closed. Friday, the market's closed at 1. So let's just say for all intents and purposes, you only have 3 days of trading. More than likely, we're not going to do much. Why? Because we know our data on the days that we perform well and the days we don't. So let's take a look at it. Let me see if I can get that report here. Big week data. Short holiday week, guys. Again, where the market is closed on one day. Again, MLK Day, Juneteenth. What's another holiday? On Memorial Day. Those days those weeks we don't do excellent. We don't do great. Not as much as we have expectations of. 6%. So again, we're going to pull back the risk this week. This is why we haven't done much in options. We've been focusing on futures because futures we have a little more control. But when it comes to options, we didn't trade yesterday. Intel was on fire, as you guys know. That thing soared. Let's see Intel rather quickly. Remember, we had the 40 calls. And you're starting to get to resistance, guys. If you are, again, RSI is very high. If you have Intel calls, take them. Don't be greedy. Leave a runner if that's the case. If you've been holding this 40 calls, again, you're deep in the money at 43.35. I mean, that's where it was closing yesterday. But look here, we're going to hit some resistance soon, 44. Could it be worth a short? I'll keep an eye on the options market and see if we can short this back down if we do. And if Intel breaks out, well, that's a whole different story. But the expiry of those contracts that we did, the 40 calls, are for next week. So again, guys, you're not going to expect a ton of volume next week. Take your money and move on. Be happy. That's the deal, guys. Treat it like an ATM. You go in and get your money, you leave. Move on with your day. You don't stand in front of the ATM looking to hopefully come out more. This isn't a slot machine. I've said that many times. So let's treat this like a business. This is not gambling. This is looking at the markets from the perspective of, as a risk manager, understanding, hey, things can change. I want to get my money and get the hell out. That's really all you want to do. So that's where we are this morning in terms of the market. Again, we have an Opex day. I still think that NQ NASDAQ is going to pull back today. I still think markets may pull back today, mostly just the NASDAQ. Russell can push, if anything. But at the end of the day, guys, Opex days in terms of statistics, let's see it. Next week, I don't expect to do much, just for the simple fact that we know what we do in those short weeks. November expiration day, the Dow is up 14 of the last 20. The Dow surged in 2008, up 494 points, 6.5% it gained on 2008, the triple wedging for November. The week before Thanksgiving, the Dow is up 19 of the last 29, down the last 5. 2003 down 1.4%, 2004 down 0.8%, 2008 down 5.3%, 2011 down 2.9%, 2012 was 1.8%, and 2018 was down 2.2%. So there you go. So far, so good. At least we're not going to, kind of revisit those kind of years of 2008 and 2012 or 2011, where we had a little bit of a pullback. That is so true. Get in, get out. Yeah, you just got to take it, man. At the end of the day, they're not investments. Investments are different. Investments are different, but trades, I mean, you're just trying to. All we're trying to do, again, guys, is buy something that we could sell as quickly as possible for the most money possible. And again, we have to get the timing right. We have to get the price right. Got to make sure the dates are right. Not easy, obviously, but we do pretty good. In terms, with that being said, guys, I don't expect us to trade anything for this week in terms of options. So here we are for the week. Intel hit as high as 662% today, yesterday, excuse me. Remember those Tesla calls that gapped up 173%, went as high as 463. Metaverse, we had 37% return, went as high as 85%. An excellent week. I want to say that was our third undefeated week of the last four, and last week was not. So November, 14 out of 16. Palantir last week was their only loss. Mara, of course, hits in the money the week after expiry. That's what it is. So a really great week. We do have a streak going of 3. So let's see what next week brings. Again, I don't expect much next week. I don't want you guys having the expectations of saying, yo, Thanksgiving, we're going to hit it hard, because that's pretty much not the case. We'd have to buy time for next week. So again, as we get through the week next week, kind of understand it's going to be a lot of observing, maybe some Forex, maybe some futures, but not going to be a lot of options. Just a heads up. Let's take a look at AMD together. AMD, I was watching very, very closely. I'm going to wait for 122.38 to break out. If that does break out, I'm looking at the 125 calls with time. I want to make sure there's volume in it. But let's just wait for that level of 122.38. If we break below 115.88, which is about $5 away, we can take a look at the 110s to around the 112s, but we'll see what we get. We just have to break 122.38, guys. That's where we are. So NASDAQ pulling back a little bit right now. I hate to be that guy to root for the market to pull back, but I am going to be that guy because I have a short position, just short term. I promise I'll close, and then we can soar again. Back to your regularly scheduled programming. So we'll go ahead and leave it there, guys. Great week all around. I'm very proud of the team. I'm absolutely drained. I can't wait to enjoy the weekend and just see what next week brings. Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays. You got football, you got family. What more do you need, right? And of course, some food, some really good food. We'll leave it there, guys. Have a great rest of your morning. I will catch you guys on the market blog on Discord. If you are interested in joining, make sure to take a look at the description below and sign up for it. It is free. And then with that being said, this weekend we'll do the market recap, preview the week, recap the week as always. That'll be on YouTube. And I will see you guys then. Have a good one. Cheers.